Time and time again, the Los Angeles Lakers have showed us why they are the team to beat in the 2020 NBA playoffs. I can't tell you guys how often I heard this Lakers team wasn't good enough throughout the course of the season, that the Lakers gave up too many picks for Anthony Davis, and how much this team needed another playmaker on the roster. Well, the truth is, I think going forward, the Lakers will need another playmaker. And making my offseason video on what the Lakers can improve on will be a lot of fun. But as it stands, this team is already good enough. We haven't even seen LeBron James go full LeBron James. Crazy, right? For anybody else's standard, what LeBron is doing is absolutely unreal. But for his own, he's been good, and I wouldn't even say he's been great. But hey, I guess he was good enough to silence Jimmy Butler. Let me rephrase that. Maybe the Lakers were good enough to silence Jimmy Butler, because this team, it's much deeper than Anthony Davis. It's much deeper than LeBron James. But don't get it confused. These are two very pivotal players to what the Lakers are doing and their success. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Getlikecoop video. And that's facts. It would mean a lot if you guys could go ahead and drop a like on this video. Liking the video helps me grow, and it tells the YouTube algorithm that you guys enjoy my content. With the NFL season in full swing, be sure to check out my NFL channel if you like NFL football. The link to that channel is going to be down in the description below. Red Zone Coop, you guys will not want to miss out. So with 1:13 left in game 3, Jimmy Butler trots back. He finds LeBron James. He tells him you're in trouble. While this was iconic and the Miami Heat would go on to win the game, Jimmy Butler's "you're in trouble" was much more than just your generic trash talk. As a matter of fact,
LeBron said it to me at the end of the first. That's what happened. I just said it to him in the fourth quarter.
Jimmy says it wasn't trash talk at all, which I kind of find hard to believe. He said LeBron told him something like that earlier in the game, which makes me wonder, if you respond to trash talk, does that mean you're not trash talking? Or are you just really simply responding like Jimmy Butler said? Trash talk or not, game 3, Jimmy Butler was a beast. He was the first player to outscore, out-rebound, and out-assist LeBron in an NBA Finals game. He did something that nobody had ever done. 40 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds, 14 of 20 from the field, which is good enough for 70%. He did all of this with no Bam Adebayo, no Goran Dragic. And if you would have asked the right fan, they would have told you that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat had no hope. But they went out and they won, a big time W. Unfortunately, it didn't spill over to game 4. The Lakers would take a 3-1 series lead. This game, I thought Butler was going to go off. He came out in the first quarter, man, he looked good. Not just good, he looked great. He was attacking, he was getting to his spots, he was getting easy basket shots that he could hit. 5 of 5 to start the game, 11 points. He finishes the first quarter with a buzzer beater. I mean, they call him Jimmy Buckets for a reason, right?
Butler pulls up, jumper's good at the buzzer. Jimmy Butler 5 for 5 from the field.
But as the game would progress, Jimmy Butler would slow down in a major way. And I'm not saying he was bad, but he seemed a lot more reluctant, and he was a lot more choosy when picking his spots. I saw him pass up a lot of great looks. I saw Anthony Davis hold him and continually drop under screens. I saw him just dribble the ball with no real direction. I also saw him trying to play make for his teammates, who were cold to say the least, and we'll get into that in just a second. I thought it was really disappointing, especially because Jimmy Butler had all of the potential to take this game over. The Miami Heat lost, but it wasn't a blowout by any means. They were in the game until the very end, and all they needed was a few more shots to drop. And if said shots drop, we're looking at an entirely different series. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, ifs are just ifs, right? Again, I thought LeBron started this game slow. He had a lot of sloppy turnovers, a lot of uncharacteristic turnovers. I thought the Miami Heat did a good job of making life hard on LeBron James. I thought they did a great job of blitzing Anthony Davis early on, blitzing the paint, bringing over extra defenders to make the Lakers perhaps knock down some shots. you're not always going to stop LeBron James. Sometimes all you can ask is to make life hard on him. Make him work for his baskets. Make him hit those tough shots. Would you guys believe me if I told you that I would be shocked that Anthony Davis would only finish this game with 22 points? The Miami Heat, early in the ball game, they went small on AD. They had Iggy guarding him for a lot of the game, or what felt like at least a lot to me. I was shocked to see Iggy as the primary defender on AD. I was shocked to see AD perhaps not be more aggressive throughout the course of the game. But with that being said, I mean, he finishes with a plus 17, 22 points, and any offense Anthony Davis gives you is honestly just a bonus, which sounds like the dumbest thing on the planet, but he's such a good defensive player that you have to account for him at all times. Throughout the course of the game, it felt like the Miami Heat were simply scared to shoot the ball in the paint. They would get deep into the paint, they would do the dirty work, beat the Lakers off of the dribble, and they would just pass on easy shots. I mean, Tyler Hero did this. Jimmy Butler did this. I saw Iggy do it. I even saw Bam pass on a few. And I think a major reason for those guys passing on those shots is Anthony Davis. Not only is Anthony Davis a great shot blocker, he's a rangy shot blocker. This guy can block shots being completely out of plays. He made the Miami Heat double and triple take in the paint tonight. Now, with that being said, I'm always a fan of the extra pass. The Miami Heat missed a lot of great shots. I mean, late in the game, the Miami Heat were like, 24% from the three-point line? At one point, Duncan Robinson was 2 of 4 from 3. The rest of the Heat team was 4 of 20. They end up finishing the game around 31% from the three-point line. If the Miami Heat hit some of those shots, the series could be looking entirely different. But again, ifs don't really matter. This was a team that was just a few shots away. Now, I have to bring this up. LeBron James finishes this game with 28 points, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Again, he had a lot of turnovers early on in the game, and this was a good game for LeBron James, not his best. I'm a little disappointed that so far, I really feel like I've just been missing out or just robbed of special LeBron performances. Now, LeBron had some splash plays this game to remind everybody he's still LeBron James. He had some crazy finishes in traffic. He hit some deep threes. I mean, LeBron to me is still the best player in the NBA. Now, I know I've talked a little about KCP in my past videos. I've spotlighted Caruso a little bit. Caruso's been unreal. So is KCP, just my opinion. I mean, KCP has hit some incredibly tough shots for the Lakers. And not only has he hit some big shots, he's so much better than he was not long ago. And then you have Caruso evolving into this great defender who is one of the best verticality guards in the league, who is like just a great all-around player. Caruso's a guy you need on your team. And don't sleep on the fact that the Lakers do not have Avery Bradley. The Lakers are a dangerous team, and Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat have witnessed that firsthand. Now, on the Miami Heat side of things, the Goran Dragic injury is really hurting them because now they're having to play Kendrick Nunn valuable minutes. And Kendrick Nunn, you play him, he feels like he has to score the ball. And I'm sure that's what they're asking him to do because the Heat just don't have incredible volume scorers or really high efficient scorers, in my opinion. And I'm talking about elite guys that go out average 25 plus points per game. They just don't have that guy on the roster right now. And Jimmy Butler is great, and he can do that in spurts, but that's not really the focal point of his game. None was bad, no way around it. I saw a lot of people make fun of Tyler Hero and his mean mug. I like Hero. I think he plays with a swagger. I hope to see more of Hero in the future. I think this guy is going to be phenomenal. He hit some big shots. And lastly, I know a lot of people are up and down on Olynyk. He didn't have the best game, but I love what he brings to the floor spacing wise for the Miami Heat. And also Jimmy Butler. When Olynyk plays, The Heat have another guy that can score the basketball in multiple ways, another guy who's solid, in my opinion, on the defensive end of the floor, and ultimately somebody who's going to scrap and play hard. I would have definitely liked to see a better, more involved game from Olynyk, but of course that's not the way things shook out. The Los Angeles Lakers are a dangerous team. Let me know in the comments below which team you feel like had the best chance to beat the Lakers in the 2020 NBA playoffs. The way things are looking right now, I feel like the Jimmy Butler, LeBron, you're in trouble stuff is officially over. LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers may have officially ended it. But hey, never say never, right? Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. Be sure to subscribe. I'm Getlikecoop, guys, and I will see you in the next one.